Ron Murray, K104 Sports, the big station with a big announcement. With me, to my left, out of the pride of the West Side, 6'7", point guard, correct?
Yes, sir.
Point guard Dink Pate. Dink, how you doing today, man?
I'm good. Thank y'all for having me on here.
Hey, thank you. So let's get right to it. Big announcement. Don't let me hold you up.
Thank you again for having me on here. But I got a big announcement to make. That my junior year, that was my last year of high school, and I will be reclassing up to the class of 2023, and I will be entering the G League Ignite. I'm going to Vegas, so let's get to it.
Big congratulations, big congratulations. So with this, you're probably one of the youngest people really to make this jump, probably the first out the DFW. And what really went into the decision to reclassify, go ahead, as a senior? And you've graduated already, correct?
Yes, sir.
He's graduated already, for everyone that understands that. What were some of the decisions that went into making it to go with the G League Ignite?
When I was younger, my plan was just to always become a pro, and that's the number one goal that I got for me right now, and it's not gonna never stop. So with me and my circle and my family that I keep in my circle, when the opportunity came up, it was just it wasn't a big jump, but I knew this is what I wanted to do, so I just let it sink in, and we made the decision. So it's finally here now.
So big congratulations to you again. Who was part of that circle in the decision making process?
My mama, of course.
Shout out to mom.
She's my why, and my stepdad. He does a lot for me.
Stepdad, yes sir.
He does a lot for me, but he likes to stay under the radar. So a big shout out to Joey Moss. And, he does everything for me.
Nah, that's awesome, because I always say it takes a village, and I love that you're able to get to this point, ascend to this point on the court. Of course, we've seen what you've been able to do. 6'7" point guard.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking Magic Johnson, we're talking Penny Hardaway, a lot of guys that have that height. What point on the court did you say, hey, I feel that I'm ready to make this next jump to really play with professional athletes?
Just making an adjustment to the Pinkston season, especially with the season that they had last year, and with me coming back, the season that what we did this year, it was just a lot of team effort. So just for me to go put on a bigger stage and show higher people what I can do, and prove to them that this is what I'm made for. It's honors. It's generous for me, so I'm ready.
Oh, nah, and I know you're excited about that. So talk about the historic year that you've had. Of course, now it's your final year of high school basketball at Pinkston, a historic year. Just talk about that a little bit and some of your favorite memories during that year. We know about the triple-double, but you can tell us better than we can talk about it.
We got a lot of memorable moments. We beat Carter. They haven't been beaten by Pinkston in 12 years, so for me to come back and be a part of that team, that's nobody's going to forget that. And our whole team is just, we always brothers. We talk every day, and we just banded together as a family over the season. And we made history. We beat a lot of teams that we wasn't supposed to beat from other people outside of our team. So it was just it's just great. We are grateful for the opportunity that we had, and for my last season, I'm glad I put on for the West.
Nah, you did. Shout out to West Dallas. They proud. You the one. So with that, did your workout start changing? Because, of course, we know the talent is there and you're playing high school ball. But when things did click and you want to be a professional athlete, did you have to put a lot of changing, whether it be your diet, whether it be your schedule? How was that?
Yeah, we got a lot of meal prep stuff that has to change. But mostly is the workouts, like usually you will go – for free throws, you probably do like maybe 10 in a row. 10 free throws made, but them turn into 10 in a row, threes, 25 in a row, trying to make those type of, NBA type of steps. So, it's an adjustment, but I'm grateful. So I'm I can adjust to anything. All I need is opportunity.
So speaking of that adjustment, for anyone that's never seen Dink Pate on the floor in the paint, describe your game.
I'm a team player. It's not all about going to go get 20 or stuff like that. When you're playing in the flow of the game, that can come easy. But, I'm all about I want to win first. I don't really care about no stats, but, I can put on for what I put on. And I'm just focused. I'm locked in on the game, and if we winning up on the scoreboard. So
with that, going to the G League, you're going to be there with the G League Ignite You know, Jalen Green, he was a guy that was part of that team.
Mhm.
What's a little bit you can tell us about that process? Because, of course, it's more than just basketball. It's also getting you prepared to be a pro, correct?
Yes, sir. Just the development point on everything, just the big guard stuff. I'm not all the way there yet, but I know being on that type of program, it can help me and develop me to get to where I want to be in my next few years, in my step in my life, in my journey. So,
And you've acquired representation, probably the best in the business, Klutch Sports, correct?
yes, sir.
So how did that come about, and have you got a chance to meet Rich Paul yet?
I've talked to him a couple of times, but I actually never met him yet. But that's when my family comes into play. They handle most of that business side stuff. They fill me in on as much as they want me to know, but I don't really know too much. But I've talked to Rich a couple of times. It's cool.
He's cool on the phone.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Hey, that's what's up. So with that, Klutch Sports, they house so many other things. They have production companies, movies. What are some of the other things outside of basketball that you do like to do?
I always wanted to be an actor. I can't act for sure.
I can see it. I can see it.
I wanted to be a comedian. I can do that too, but I can also produce movies. I know I can do that for sure.
So, of course, it's a done deal.
Mm-hmm.
Your next step is to be a pro. But, of course, you're going through the recruiting process.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like, and what are some tips that you would give kids that may not be able to make the pro jump right now, but just some tips through the college recruiting process? Because you could have went anywhere you wanted. And who are some of the schools that could have possibly, signed Dink Pate?
It was a real big toss-up between Arkansas and Alabama. I really like Coach Musselman and Coach Oates, but I also like Penny Hardaway too. Memphis was in there too. Auburn was a great program that I would have went to, but I mean, if I really had to pick or choose, I would have to win with Alabama. They're just Coach Oates, the stuff that he teaches, and Rylan Griffin, one of his players that played with Team Trae Young, and that was the AAU team I was on. He would always talk to me every day and just be like, Coach Oates is a good person. He got a great personality. But to kids that's trying to get recruited, I just say have a big relationship with the head coach and not only some of the assistants, because I mean the head coach is really, the one who makes most of the decisions. But I don't know. I'm thankful. That's all I'm gonna say.
Nah, most definitely. So with that, a lot of people want to know, how did you get the name Dink? I was gonna ask that.
Okay. Me and my mom was just talking about this,
Yeah.
but my full nickname is Dinkabug. So,
Okay.
we would be out in public in front of my friends at school, and she would just be calling me Dinkabug, and I'm just like, come on, I'm getting older, like.
Relax, Mom.
That's what I'm saying. So, I cut the bug out, and ever since like the 4th grade, I just been Dink ever since. So the Dinkabug is history. It's long gone.
Shout out to Dinklebug.
Oh my goodness.
Who are some players that you like watching, or do you implement your game after?
That's in the pros is mostly, I watch
Or
a lot
pros, college, or even guys you may know.
I look up to AB a lot. Anthony Black is one
Shout out
of
Anthony Black.
my favorite players. Just because he's a big guard too. Him, Arterio, but if I had to go with one, it was always Marcus Garrett, one of my favorite high school players of all time, and that's not gonna change. My brother, he was a freshman when Marcus was at Skyline, so I had to go to all the games, and I seen Marcus play, and I was just like, man, that's crazy. So the big guard stuff really came from an inspiration on him. So just seeing him play and noticing that me and him do pretty similar things it's crazy how I witnessed him play, and like seeing me play is like I'm envisioning him every time I play.
Okay, so I got a question for you. Of course, when people think of Texas, they think of high school football.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, with you, Anthony Black, Arterio, all the names, a lot of guys that you've just said, even with Cade Cunningham going number 1 in the draft, it seems like the DFW, as great as it is in high school football, is the same in high school basketball. Do you agree? And just what's your thoughts of really the greatness of the area in DFW high school basketball?
I can agree to disagree. I think Texas is really turning more into a basketball state.
Okay.
Is what I meant to say. Just everybody, the basketball side of it is just it's coming out on top right now. I think Texas is one of the best states for hoopers right now. That's what I think. So I think it's turning into a basketball state. The football is good here too, though. But I think it's more turning. The tables is turning now into a basketball state.
All right, when you step on that court court, because we talk things into fruition.
Mhm.
When you step on that court, you gain your first NBA minutes.
Mhm.
Who do you want to see on that floor?
What do you mean?
Who do you want to play against? Who's that person that you want to see? That
Whoever
Dink Pate
lined up in front of me.
Okay.
That's who I'm going. Yeah, whoever lined up in front of me.
So there's no person that a favorite player that you have that you're looking for to compete against or anything like that.
Not really. Now I don't really do the starstruck as much as I used to do.
Okay.
I just see basketball. I could see LeBron right now, and I'm just gonna think, okay, I want to give him 30. If it happened or don't happen, that's just my mentality and my mindset. So I don't really. But I mean, Kevin Durant. That's one.
Let's get right to it. Dink Pate top 5. Dink Pate top 5.
Top 5.
Top 5 players.
LeBron in there, of course.
Okay, Bron, let's go.
KD in there. I'm going to throw Penny in there because that is my greatest.
Shout out Penny.
That is my
Underrated.
favorite point guard that ever played in the league.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a shooter, so I got to get Steph in there.
Okay.
I got to get Steph in there. He's going to run my 1. I don't need nobody else. Give me Shaq.
Most dominant player.
Give me Shaq.
Most dominant player.
Give me Shaq. Was that 4 or was that 5?
I think that was 5.
Okay.
Yeah, that was 5 right there. All
Yeah,
right,
give me Shaq.
Last question. 2025 draft. Where do we see Dink Pate?
Always, my plan is to be the number 1 overall pick in the draft. And for the next 2 years, I'm gonna prove that, and I'm gonna show that and play to the best of my abilities that I can be the number 1 player in the draft of 2025.
Dink, we're looking forward to seeing you on the rise, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Ron Murray, K104 Sports. Let's go.